As we cross the threshold into our 60s and beyond, a quiet yet crucial question often echoes in our minds. Who will really be there for me? Who will be my steadfast support when health falters, when the challenges of aging arrive? Many of us automatically assume the answer is family, our children, our grandchildren. That's the most natural safety net, isn't it? But today, I want to share a truth that might make you reconsider, a truth not everyone dares to face. And that is, relying entirely on family as your sole support system after 60 can be a fragile, even risky strategy. Why? Because your children have their own lives, their own pressures, their own financial struggles, mortgages, raising their own children, career uncertainties, unexpected health issues. No matter how much they love you, there's no guarantee they will always have the capacity or be readily available to support you financially exactly when or how you need it. Placing yourself in a position of dependence means relinquishing control over your own life. So, are there other pillars of support? Are there foundations you can build for yourself? Solid structures that help you stand strong, independent, and secure, regardless of your family's circumstances. Welcome to Life in Words. In today's video, we're going to explore 6 essential pillars of support after 60. These aren't just common tips. These are foundations that, when built robustly, can offer you autonomy and peace of mind even more powerful than traditional family support, as we often think of it. My goal is to help you reframe the concept of support in later life, equipping you with the tools to create an independent, secure, and meaningful life for yourself without being entirely dependent on anyone else. Join me as we explore these 6 pillars, because what you're about to hear could completely change how you prepare for the golden years ahead. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Now, let's build the first pillar. Let's build the first crucial pillar, the bedrock for all future independence and choices. Financial stability. People often say money can't buy happiness, and there's some truth to that. But at this stage of life, money, or more accurately, financial security, buys something perhaps even more precious than simple happiness. It buys peace of mind. It buys autonomy, the ability to live life on your own terms without having to ask for handouts or depend on the goodwill of anyone, even your own beloved children. Many of us hold a quiet belief. I spent my life raising my children. Surely when I'm older, they'll take care of me? This thought is natural, born from love and cultural norms. But let's face reality squarely. Placing your entire financial future in your children's hands isn't a plan. It's a fragile hope, perhaps even a risky gamble. Why? Because your children have their own lives, their own financial burdens, mortgages, the costs of raising their children, career instability, their own unexpected health risks. No matter how much they love you, there's no guarantee they will always have the ability or the readiness to support you financially in the way you need, exactly when you need it. Putting yourself in a dependent position means stripping yourself of control over your own life. The story of Robert, 72, serves as a cautionary tale. He was a very generous father, having helped his children overcome financial hurdles multiple times, from house down payments to startup capital. He always assumed that when he needed help, his children wouldn't hesitate. But when he faced an unexpected health issue with large medical bills, he was stunned to realize all 3 of his children were wrestling with their own significant difficulties. One facing potential job loss, another juggling college tuition for their own child, and the third recovering from a costly divorce. They loved their father. They felt terrible, but they genuinely couldn't provide substantial financial help at that moment. Robert wasn't angry, but he felt a profound sense of disappointment and a bitter, belated awareness of his own lack of preparation. So how do you build your own sturdy financial fortress, ensuring you never find yourself in Robert's situation? Proactive planning. Don't wait until retirement to think about money. Review your financial situation now. What are your income sources? What are your projected living expenses? Build an emergency fund. A readily accessible savings cushion can help you weather unexpected events, like medical costs, home repairs, without needing to ask for help. Steer clear of bad debt, especially high-interest debt like credit cards. Being in debt in later life is an enormous burden. Explore sustainable investments if possible. Safe, long-term investments can help your money grow and combat inflation. Seek professional advice if needed. Consider necessary insurance. Health insurance and potentially long-term care insurance can be wise investments to protect your finances against potentially huge healthcare costs. Building financial stability isn't selfish, it's responsible self-care. It's how you secure your own freedom and dignity in your later years, and it's also how you reduce the potential burden on your children. This is the first, most essential foundation for confidently moving forward. You might have all the money in the world, but without your health, the freedom and joy that money can facilitate become meaningless. Physical health is truly the most valuable asset you possess after 60. And here's an undeniable truth. No one, not even those who love you most, can carry or maintain your health for you. Your children might support you financially, visit, and offer encouragement, but they cannot exercise for you. They cannot eat healthy meals for you, and they certainly cannot feel the aches, pains, or discomfort within your body. Taking care of your physical health is an absolute personal responsibility, an investment in yourself that only you can make. And why is this pillar so critically important? Because when physical health declines, nearly every door to freedom seems to slam shut. The ability to walk independently, care for yourself, participate in activities you love, travel, visit friends, everything that makes up a full life depends on this foundation of physical well-being. Losing your health means gradually becoming dependent on others for even the most basic daily tasks, eroding the autonomy and dignity you've always maintained. Consider Arthur, 68. He used to be very active, loved playing golf and gardening. He took pride in his fitness and was rather complacent, often ignoring advice about regular checkups or dietary adjustments, despite early warning signs like slightly high blood pressure or occasional joint pain. "I'm still fit as a fiddle," he'd often say. But that complacency came at a cost. Over time, minor issues snowballed into chronic conditions. His knee pain worsened, making walking difficult. Uncontrolled blood pressure led to a minor stroke. From being a self-reliant man, Arthur gradually had to depend on his wife and children for simple things like grocery shopping, cleaning, even getting dressed. This unwanted dependency left him feeling helpless and depressed, despite his family's devoted care. Arthur's story is a potent reminder. Never take your health for granted, not even for a day. So, how can you strengthen this vital pillar? Move every day. It doesn't have to be intense workouts. A gentle 30-minute walk, simple yoga stretches, Tai Chi, or even housework and gardening count. The key is maintaining joint flexibility and muscle strength. Eat consciously. Prioritize fresh foods, green vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Minimize processed foods, sugar, excessive salt, and saturated fats. Drink enough water. listen to your body, and eat mindfully. Absolutely do not ignore warning signs. Unusual pain, persistent fatigue, unexplained weight changes. Don't dismiss them as just getting older. See your doctor and heed their advice. Early detection of health problems makes treatment far more effective. Get sufficient sleep. Quality sleep is when your body repairs and restores itself. Try to maintain a regular sleep schedule. Taking care of your physical health isn't a burden. It's a privilege. It's how you show appreciation for life and maintain your precious independence. This is the investment with the greatest return. Years filled with health, autonomy, and vitality. You're financially stable, and your body is still reasonably healthy. That's wonderful. But if you're alone, with no one to share joys, sorrows, or simply everyday conversation, is life truly complete? After 60, as the professional circle shrinks and friends may move away or pass on, maintaining a vibrant social network becomes more crucial than ever. And this isn't just about feeling happy or sad. Loneliness and social isolation in older adults aren't just emotionally draining. Scientific research has shown a strong link between chronic loneliness and a host of serious health problems, from depression and cognitive decline to an increased risk of heart disease, weakened immune function, and even reduced lifespan. In other words, having strong social connections isn't a luxury. It's an essential component of your overall health. A common mistake many older adults make is thinking their children and immediate family are sufficient for their social needs. I have my kids and grandkids. Why do I need other friends? But just like with finances, relying solely on your children to fill your social void is an unrealistic expectation and unfair to both parties. Your children have their own lives, their own interests, and they cannot always be available to chat or share every thought with you. Furthermore, relationships with peers, people who have shared similar life stages, offer a unique kind of empathy and understanding that children sometimes cannot replace. Look at Margaret, 73. After her husband passed away and she retired, she spent most of her time at home, waiting for calls and visits from her children. When they were busy, she felt lonely and sorry for herself. She had almost no social connections outside her family. Her daughter, noticing her mother's increasing sadness, gently encouraged her to join a book club at the local library. Margaret was hesitant at first, but decided to give it a try. To her surprise, she found new friends who shared her love of reading. The lively book discussions reignited her joy and enthusiasm. From the book club, she branched out and joined an oil painting class. Gradually, Margaret built a new network of friends who brought laughter, shared experiences, and a sense of belonging back into her life. She still cherished time with her children and grandchildren, but she no longer felt lonely or solely dependent on them. She rediscovered her zest for life through the social connections she actively cultivated. So how can you build or strengthen your social network, especially after 60? Join community groups. Look for clubs, books, gardening, chess, classes, languages, arts, technology, or volunteer groups in your local area that match your interests. It's a great way to meet like-minded people. Nurture old friendships. Don't let valuable friendships fade away. Proactively call, text, or arrange coffee or lunch dates. Sometimes just reaching out is enough to keep the connection alive. Be open to new relationships. Don't be afraid to strike up conversations with neighbors, people you meet in classes or at the park. Smile, say hello, show genuine interest. You never know where a beautiful friendship might begin. Utilize technology, if comfortable. Social media, email, and video call apps can make it easy to connect with friends and family who live far away. Your social network is your invaluable emotional support system. It provides laughter, empathy, a sense of belonging, and helps make life feel more meaningful. Don't underestimate the power of these connections. They are an indispensable pillar for living happily and healthily after 60. As we enter retirement, or when our children are fully independent and no longer need our direct care, the familiar social roles we held for decades, employee, manager, primary parent, often fade away. This shift can leave a significant void, a feeling of emptiness, even of being invisible or no longer valuable. If we don't find something else to fill that space, it's easy to fall into stagnation, boredom, and a sense of aimlessness. And here's another crucial truth. A sense of purpose isn't something others can bestow upon you. Your children, however much they love you, cannot define the meaning of your life for you. They have their own lives, goals, and passions. Looking to your children to feel useful or valued not only puts pressure on them, but also places you in a passive, emotionally dependent position. True purpose must come from within you. It must be something you actively create and nurture. Consider David, 70. After retiring from a senior management position he'd dedicated nearly 40 years to, he felt a terrible emptiness. The days stretched out meaninglessly, devoid of schedules, challenges, or a sense of contribution. He wandered around the house, watched TV, and grew increasingly irritable. His children tried to cheer him up, invited him out, but nothing could fill the void left by his former work and role. Then one day, he happened upon a notice for a volunteer program teaching basic computer skills to seniors at the community center. He was hesitant initially, but decided to give it a try. Sharing his knowledge, helping his peers overcome their fear of technology, brought David unexpected joy and meaning. He felt useful again, valued again. Gradually, he even started organizing talks on financial management for retirees. Finding a new purpose, a way to contribute and connect, truly reignited his life. David's story shows that retirement or older age doesn't mean the end of growth and contribution. So how can you find or rediscover your sense of purpose? Rediscover old passions or find new ones. Was there something you loved but didn't have time for when you were younger? Music, painting, writing, photography? Now is the time. Never stop learning. Take classes, read books, watch documentaries, learn a new language or a new skill, like gardening, cooking, basic repairs. Learning keeps the mind sharp and opens new horizons. Volunteer. Share your time and skills for a meaningful community cause. Countless organizations need help, from hospitals and libraries to schools and charities. The feeling of giving back is often profoundly satisfying. Set personal goals, even small ones. It could be finishing a book each month, walking a certain number of steps daily, completing a painting, or simply successfully growing a new vegetable. Achieving goals, however small, brings a sense of accomplishment. Share your experience. Mentoring. Your life experience is invaluable. Look for opportunities to mentor or guide younger generations, perhaps within your family, community, or through formal programs. A sense of purpose doesn't have to be something grand or world-changing. It can simply be the activities that make you feel engaged, interested, and motivated to get up each day. Finding and nurturing purpose is how you keep the fire of enthusiasm burning, regardless of age. It's the pillar that gives vitality and meaning to all the others. Life, especially after 60, often comes with unavoidable changes and losses. Declining health, the passing of loved ones, shifts in living situations. These events inevitably stir our emotions, bringing sadness, anxiety, sometimes even despair. In these vulnerable times, seeking comfort and support from family and children is entirely natural and necessary. However, just like the other pillars, relying solely on loved ones to regulate your own emotions is an unsustainable strategy. Your children, despite their love and concern, have emotional and time limitations. They cannot always be there to soothe every sorrow, listen to every complaint, or solve every psychological issue for you. Placing too heavy an emotional burden on your children can leave them feeling exhausted, guilty, and even create undue tension in the relationship. More importantly, constantly seeking external validation and reassurance prevents you from developing crucial inner strength and resilience. The ability to bounce back from adversity, cope with challenges, and find equilibrium from within yourself. This ability isn't innate. It's a skill that can absolutely be cultivated. Look at Grace, 75. She and her husband shared a happy marriage for over 50 years. When he died suddenly from a heart attack, her world fell apart. She was consumed by grief and became completely reliant on her children for comfort. She'd call her daughter for hours each day, crying and recounting her sorrow. She expected her son to visit every evening after work. Initially, her children lovingly consoled her. But gradually, they began to feel drained and pressured. Her daughter had her own family and demanding job. Her son did too. They loved their mother, but they couldn't function as her full-time therapists. Grace's excessive dependence started causing strain. Fortunately, a friend introduced Grace to a support group for bereaved spouses. There, she met others in similar situations, shared her grief safely, and learned healthy coping skills. She started journaling each night, writing down her feelings and also things she was grateful for that day, no matter how small. She also tried meditating for a few minutes each morning to calm her mind. Slowly, Grace realized that while the pain of loss would never fully disappear, she could find peace within herself. She learned to self-soothe, find joy in small things, and stopped placing such an overwhelming emotional load on her children. Their relationship became more balanced and healthier. So, how can you cultivate your own emotional strength and resilience? Practice mindfulness and meditation. Spend a few minutes daily focusing on your breath, observing thoughts and feelings without judgment. This helps calm you and prevents you from being swept away by negative emotions. Keep a journal. Write down your thoughts, feelings, and daily experiences. It's a great way to process emotions, gain clarity, and learn about yourself. Cultivate gratitude. Each day, think of or write down 3 things you are grateful for, however small. Gratitude shifts focus away from negativity and boosts mood. Seek appropriate support. Don't hesitate to join support groups for chronic illness, caregivers, bereavement, or seek professional help, therapist, counselor, if you feel overwhelmed. Train positive thinking. Learn to recognize and challenge negative, pessimistic thoughts. Focus on your strengths and the positive aspects of your life. Emotional strength doesn't mean you never feel sad or anxious. It means you have the internal tools to cope with those feelings healthily, to avoid being overwhelmed by them, and to find your balance without being entirely dependent on others. This is the pillar that helps you maintain optimism and inner peace, no matter what life brings. There's an undeniable truth about life after 60. Change is the only constant. Your body changes. Your health changes. Your circle of friends and loved ones changes. People come, people go. Your living situation might change. Technology changes. The world around you changes at a dizzying pace. In this context of constant flux, rigidly clinging to the familiar, to the past, or resisting inevitable changes only brings suffering, disappointment, and a sense of powerlessness. Conversely, the ability to adapt, possessing flexibility in thought and action, is the golden key that helps you not just survive, but thrive and find joy amidst any circumstance. Think of adaptability as a mental muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Highly adaptable people aren't those who never face difficulties or feel sad about change. They are the ones who possess the ability to accept reality, seek creative solutions, learn new things, and adjust their attitudes and behaviors to fit new circumstances. They don't get overwhelmed by the waves of change. They learn to surf them. Conversely, those who are rigid, constantly lamenting, "Why does everything have to change? If only things were like they used to be. I just can't get used to this," often trap themselves in chronic stress, isolation, and miss out on the new opportunities that change can bring. The story of Frank, a different Arthur Frank, 78, is a wonderful example of adaptability. He belonged to a generation that didn't grow up with computers or smartphones. His close circle of friends had gradually shrunk due to age and illness. Some moved away, others passed on. He felt increasingly lonely and disconnected. Instead of sitting at home lamenting, he decided he had to do something. He enrolled in a basic computer class for seniors at the library. Initially, he found it very difficult and frustrating, but he persisted. Gradually, he learned how to use email, social media, and video calling apps. This not only helped him reconnect with old friends far away, but also opened doors to meeting new people through online groups sharing similar interests. He even started taking virtual tours, exploring the world from his home. Frank couldn't stop the passage of time or the loss of friends, but he adapted by learning new tools, finding new ways to connect, and maintaining his curiosity about the world. So, how can you train your adaptability muscle? Practice acceptance. Recognize and accept changes you cannot control instead of fighting them futilely. Focus on what you can control, your response and attitude. Maintain curiosity and a learning mindset. Never stop learning. Be open to new ideas, new skills, new technologies. Learning keeps the brain flexible and helps you face the unknown more easily. Be willing to try new things. Step outside your comfort zone a little. Try a new food. Take a different route. Join an activity you never thought you would. New experiences foster flexibility. Look for the positive angle. In every change, no matter how difficult, there's often a hidden opportunity or lesson. Train yourself to look for the silver lining or what you can learn from the situation. Build your support network, as in Pillars 3 and 5. Having friends, family, or professionals to talk to and seek help from when facing major changes will make you feel less alone and more resilient. Adaptability isn't about abandoning your identity or values. It's about adjusting the sails of your life's boat so you can navigate the journey as smoothly as possible, regardless of shifting winds. This is the final pillar, the one that ties all the others together, helping you truly master your life after 60. So, our exploration of the 6 essential pillars of support after 60 comes to a close. We've seen that, alongside the vital love and connection of family, proactively building solid foundations for yourself is essential for a truly independent and secure older age. These are financial stability, providing peace of mind and autonomy; physical health, the foundation for all freedom and activity; social network, your emotional support system against loneliness; a sense of purpose, providing motivation and meaning each day; emotional strength, the resilience to bounce back from adversity; adaptability, the flexibility to navigate change. Imagine these 6 pillars as the strong legs of a sturdy table. If one or two legs weaken, the table might wobble. But if you build all 6 pillars with balance and strength, the table of your life will stand firm against any storm. You will never feel completely adrift, helpless, or solely dependent on the goodwill of others. You will have the internal resources and external support networks to face any challenge with confidence. Family remains incredibly important, a source of love and immense emotional encouragement. But family should not and cannot be the only foundation you rely upon. By strengthening these 6 pillars yourself, you are not only creating a better life for yourself, but you are also reducing the potential burden and pressure on your children, allowing family relationships to be built on voluntary love and mutual respect, rather than obligation or dependency. So, what is the final message? Don't wait. Don't wait for a crisis to hit. Don't wait until health declines or finances run low to start taking action. Start today, whatever your age past 60, to review and reinforce each pillar in your own support system. Every small step you take today is a brick laid in the solid foundation for a secure and autonomous future. To conclude this video, I invite you to share your reflection. Which pillar resonated most with you? Or is there one you feel you need to focus on strengthening the most? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Your experience could inspire others. Show your support. If you found the analysis and advice in this video helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button. Continue the journey. To receive more valuable content on health, well-being, and living meaningfully after 60, make sure you subscribe to Life in Words and ring that notification bell. We are committed to accompanying you on this path. Thank you for spending your valuable time listening and reflecting with Life in Words. Remember, you absolutely have the power to build a resilient and happy, older age for yourself. Start taking action today. Take good care, and I'll see you in the next video.